Welcome back to another video, guys. In this one, we have another NIO update for you. So we have some relatively good news for this stock as a whole, but we also have some bad news as well that I want to break down. Now, at first glance, it doesn't look like the best news, but we're going to give some explanations to some of these key data points that have been coming out over the last couple of days here. Now, today, at the current time that I'm recording, NIO is up about 6% right now, having an awesome day right now. So for those of you guys that do like this stock over the long term, that is always something good to see. We're going to give a little bit of a technical breakdown of this thing and where it could go, where it could stutter a little bit on its way up, if that's what it wants to continue to do. So guys, if you do enjoy updates like this, make sure you guys drop a comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more videos like this. But without further ado, let's roll the intro. Now, guys, before we get into all of this information here, I do want to give you guys, again, the opportunity of a lifetime with trade1348.com. Remember, you guys all get your first month completely free with code GAINZ, G-A-I-N-Z. The predictive algorithm Invictus that we've been talking about is still absolutely crushing it, trusted by over 16,000 traders, whether they be new traders, experienced traders. Everybody has something for them in there, whether you're a swing trader, a day trader. The predictive algorithms, the alerts, the learning curriculum videos are going to turbocharge your learning process and get you up to that next level a lot faster. If you guys follow me on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram, you guys have seen the little hot streak that I've been on. 7 out of the last 8 trading days, I've had double-digit percentage gains just by using the tools on this platform here, and the only losing day that I had was about 1.4%. That's pretty aggressive portfolio growth, guys. So again, if you are interested in taking your trading to the next level, make sure you guys check out that link down below with that code GAINZ, G-A-I-N-Z, for your first month free. But let's get into NIO right here and look at this daily time frame. So we are up about 5.7% on the day right now. I'm recording this video midday, so the price is obviously going to be a little bit different when you guys are seeing this later on tonight. Now, we could give back a lot of these gains. We could continue higher. The overall market is pretty choppy and volatile today as we go into the middle part of this week, where we're going to be getting a lot of economic data points, CPI, PPI, things of that nature that are going to be very market moving. Now, in the last NIO update, we were looking at price right around here, this 13 EMA on the daily time frame. Now, what I said was that it was very possible that we were going to get this bounce off this 13 here and start to continue higher, or we were going to start to chop around in these little ranges here between the 13 and the 48 exponential moving averages. Now, we didn't see that. We ended up seeing that nice move to the upside, but what we did say in that video is, again, dollar cost averaging is going to be your friend if you like this stock over the long term. Remember, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. All I'm doing is giving you guys more information about the stocks that you are already interested in, so you have a more holistic perspective of what is going on, not only with the market, but the stocks that you like as well. Now, what's next for NIO here? Well, we do have this little resistance level right here at around 1075, as we can see previously. If we can get a clean break above there, I don't really see a problem with us getting up to this 200 exponential moving average on the daily, but that is going to be a key resistance point there, and that price is currently at 1137. Now, above that, well, we're going to see this 1322, and then above that, we've got around 14. Those are the levels that I would be watching to the upside. If you're a trader, those would be good levels to start taking some profits. Even now, up about 6% on the day here. If you guys are long on NIO, that's not a bad time. Again, nobody goes broke taking profits, team. Now, if we switch this to the 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing? I actually haven't looked at this on the 4-hour. Now, there we go. You have those traffic lights right here. Again, as you can see, those risk to reward, very, very tight here. You get this traffic light to the upside. Boom, you go from 995 all the way up to 1058. Very strong move. Now, for the daily time frame, this is going to really apply more to you guys that are looking at this on that longer term perspective, up to that 200 EMA, remember, and that 1075 level that we just talked about. The weekly actually looking very promising here. For those of you guys that follow along with a lot of the YouTube live streams that I do and are already on trade1348.com, whether you're a masterclass member, have your 1 month free, or a normal member here, I've started to talk a lot more about these weekly traffic lights for leaps. Now, for those of you guys that don't understand what leaps are, it's just options contracts with more than a year of time to expiration. You guys saw the absolutely nasty trade that I was able to hit on Rivian. I think those are currently sitting up like 300 something percent with those weekly traffic lights. But this doesn't look terrible over the next year or so here. This weekly traffic light could end up bringing a lot of gains. But remember, if you're a long-term investor, dollar cost averaging is going to be your friend, and you are going to see a lot of volatility over the long term. Now, what I also want to talk about with you guys is this first piece of good news that we're seeing for NIO. Now, this right here is very, very interesting. So NIO prepares for the 150 kilowatt hour, 620 mile range battery rollout. Now, this was announced years ago. These batteries were first announced during the NIO Day 2020 event while introducing the NIO ET7 sedan, claiming they would offer the vehicle a range exceeding 1,000 kilometers, which is approximately 621 miles. Despite some delays, the batteries are now ready for use in NIO's models when paired with the new NIO ES6 SUV. These batteries enable a range of 930 kilometers. They are getting relatively competitive in this range aspect of the electric vehicle space, which is definitely a good thing that you want to see. In late June, battery cells started to be delivered by the Beijing New Energy Technology to NIO. A warranty commitment was submitted and an annual order signed, although the specific amount was not disclosed. Additionally, NIO's latest owner manuals include a 100 kilowatt hour pack from China lithium battery technology. Again, as you guys can see here with these electric vehicle companies, they are really focused on innovating in what they do well. Now, NIO's battery swap technology, you guys know all about that. It's a little bit of a different model than a lot of these other electric vehicle companies, which can be a nice differentiating factor for investors or even actual customers over the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years. Now, guys, in addition to some of the good news and the positive innovative developments that NIO is going to be bringing to the table, we also have to talk about a little bit of potential bad news for this company as well. Again, stocks aren't going to go in a straight line up, and they're not always going to have wildly positive news coming out left, right, and center. So let's take a look at this, break this down, and potentially give maybe a little bit of a positive explanation as to why this might be the case. Well, when we come over here, we can see that China new electric vehicle insurance registrations for the week ending July 2nd, BYD, 54,000, NIO ES6, 1,900. Now, you can see down here that NIO in total isn't ranking very high compared to some of its other competitors, LI Auto and BYD. Now, there could be very many different explanations for this. It could be that some of these companies are a little bit, let's say, newer in their development process and are really kind of going on that faster track to that widespread adoption that most of these car companies are going to have. Again, a lot of these companies are going to operate on what's called an S-curve, where they start to really gain that adoption and then they start to flatten out. Well, where are some of these companies on their S-curve? Well, that would entail us going through BYD, LI Auto, all of these other companies as well. But here is the other explanation that I do want to tie into the video that we made last time on NIO. Remember the news about the overall electric vehicle price war that we were seeing and how NIO may not have been able to be as competitive in terms of price as these other companies? Remember the chart that we showed where NIO really wasn't decreasing their prices, but a lot of these other electric vehicle companies were? Well, if that's the case, then if price in this environment, remember the recessionary environment is so important to a lot of these customers, and they do need new vehicles in these locations that these cars and manufacturers are operating in, well, they're going to go for the lower priced option. They're not necessarily thinking in terms of value at this point. Well, as time goes on and we start to see that pact really kind of show its face, well, then we could see companies like NIO, if these customers start really going after value instead of price, well, NIO could be a lot larger of a competitor. Now, I did just briefly want to touch upon this because, again, we cannot talk about all of just the good news on these stocks that we are talking about here. We also have to bring up the potential for bad news as well. But right now, technically, NIO is looking very strong on the weekly time frame. You do have those resistance levels on the daily that I want you guys to be looking out for, 1075, the 200 EMA on the daily as well for a potential pullback. But guys, that is going to wrap up this video here. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like down below, drop a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. But until next time, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, your week, whatever. Peace.